name is Sherman Goldenberg. My business is a small publishing house based in Elkhart, Indiana. The corporate name of which is G&G Media Group, LLC, but the street name for which everyone knows it is RV Business. And RV Business is a magazine, and we've also acquired Campground industry publication, a small newspaper called Woodall's Campground Management, which we also generate out of that same location.
What kind of circulation do you have?
Basically about both our niche markets, very narrow, somewhere around 15,000, 16,000 on RV Business and around 12,000 in the campground sector. Having said that, both of them are almost complete penetration of those respective markets.
And how did that happen? Did you grow both of these businesses from small businesses, or tell us your background?
They really were both acquired from a corporation formerly called Affinity Group Incorporated, now called Good Sam Enterprises LLC. It's a major player in the recreation vehicle business and in the campgrounds, for which I, for a bunch of years, was a corporate vice president. And somewhere, as things occur in the recession, a lot of things change, and I took a hike, so to speak, 21 months ago. It would be the March of 2011, and along with a bunch of other people from that corporation, and acquired RV Business and opened a shop with a partner, Beverly Gardner, in Elkhart.
Mm-hmm. So when you came to Affinity Group, were you an outdoor recreational enthusiast, or were you more of a writer, an editor,
a publisher? On the business side, I would not call me an enthusiast at all, although I respect and appreciate the lifestyle. How much you would describe when it comes to equipment as a klutz. And so I do not use anything mechanical, chainsaws on down, and RVs are included in that.
Mm-hmm. Were you a newspaper man?
Yeah, dyed in the wool, really, where my boot camp, career-wise, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was it your desire to own a small publishing business?
Never really dreamed about it, thought about it, but when windows open, you either step up or not. And we find that in the recession, looking back a little, that a lot of windows open and shut for a lot of people, and corporations change and create opportunities if people are ready to recognize them.
Tell me about print versus digital, and maybe what you see as far as the industry trends and where the direction's headed.
Well, both are print, RV Business bi-monthly, every other month. It used to be, prior to the recession, it was a monthly, and it remains bi-monthly. It seems to be effective for the recreation vehicle business and for the advertisers, who also are I think, less prone to advertise on a crank them out monthly basis. I think they appreciate us being bi-monthly, and it's been fairly healthy. We're solvent, and we have, along with that, a website called rvbusiness.com, which is virtually, does anywhere from 45 to 60,000 uniques a month, which, again, to put it in Vietnamese term, it's a carpet bombing of the industry. Everyone and their aunt, basically, is checking in. We have an extremely active daily news feed, and we fashion ourselves as the NBC News that is mainstream, legitimate. We don't do any blogging. We kind of keep our opinions to ourselves. We don't think anybody wants to hear them on a regular basis. Although coming out of the blogging era, I think a lot of people thought that that was the thing to do. I think that's passed in a lot of industries. The appreciation for the guy going off half-baked with his regular opinions, I think it peaked about 2 years ago. And so we're actually solvent with the website too. I think that if somebody had told me back in my corporate days that a website could make money, I wouldn't have believed it. And we do okay. We don't make big bucks for a small shop. Campground management, also, it's a monthly, also print dependent. I think you'll find, and it has a website, which is due for a major revamp in the next month. We acquired it in July, so it's time, past time, but we've been busy. I think you'll find in publishing, despite the cacophony to the contrary, that 80% of revenues, and you may not want to hear this because you're paper and digital, Yvonne, 80% of revenues are still in print. So it's extremely awkward for a lot of people in publishing to walk away from print. It leaves you with essentially 18 to 21% of your revenues. And so to go the way of Business Week is really not the way to go. We remain firmly committed to print.
Does that have anything to do with your demographic? And what is your demographic?
Well, I mean, I think what you're implying is we have a lot of Neanderthals when it comes to technology. Our Cro-Magnon may be the case. Well, and we do. But, you know, and yes, there's pressure from behind to adapt to the mobile and so forth. But I don't know if it has to do with the demographic, other than the fact that you know, some magazines are going to make the cut. They're going to stay. Some people want to read. A lot of people do not want to read their news during work and scan headlines. They want depth. They want to be able to reflect. They do a lot of their business reading after work. You know, it's something that goes on the reading pile in the evening. You know, and a lot of people will never read their serious news on screen. I think what you find, and I know a lot of people do, but what they're really doing is they're becoming news scanners. And they're scanning. They're becoming basically lightweights. And it's too bad because I see a whole bunch of that going on.
Tell me about your business model. Is it a subscription business model?
No, they're both. You know, go free to both markets. It removes from us the onus of doing all the circulation work. RV Business was BPA audited before I bought it, and I scrapped it. We scrapped it after we acquired it, and I swear twice a year we get asked. Again, a post-recessionary effect. I would guess twice a year we get asked whether it's audited. It's simply, you know, I think in some markets it makes sense, of course, when they're bigger and there are more publications may be involved. You know, I don't know. All I know is this, you know, this is, again, a very narrow, in both cases, very narrow. Campground management is not audited. Heck, it's the only print title. I'm thinking about this. Yeah, it's the only print title in the business. Why would you?
So, do you primarily make your money then via advertisers and advertising?
Absolutely, in both cases. And we have, in the recreation vehicle business, I think we are the recognized leader. And the majors, companies accounting for 85% of the market are our advertisers. And, you know, not every issue in all cases, but pretty much Thor, Forest River, Jayco, etc. In those you have 67 and 12, do the math, about almost 80% in those three companies of the North American market, and all three are active participants in RV business.
And you said they're both solvent. You're at least breaking even or making money.
Yeah, we're not driving Maseratis or anything, but we're okay. We're gleeful and appreciative to be profitable, especially in this era. But we find that the market is coming back in recreation vehicle in a pretty significant way. I think you know that. And happy days are here again. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's back to where it was near its high point. But the fact of the matter is the business is healing gradually. 255,000 shipments in 2011. Anticipated 277,000 this year when the year ends. And somewhere around 290 next year, anticipated, barring the unforeseen. Just climbing back a pretty strong way, and I might add, in Elkhart, Indiana, the home of the bulk of the industry, where our offices are located, in the pit of the recession, unemployment was over 20%. It was 21%, and it's now down to 8.1%. So I think that says it all. Businesses are different. Everybody is more thrifty about their decisions, their head counts, and everything else. But under these new post-recessionary circumstances, most everybody's coming back. Not everybody's with us. We lost some companies. Those that remain seem pretty healthy.
Thinking about your business, I want to ask you a two-part question. And one part is, what's been a very big success for you? And conversely, what has been a big fail that people can learn from?
I'm thinking about that. I don't use the word success. I'm superstitious. I think life's an NBA season. And, so as soon as you get done and you dust yourself off from a big project, even a good one, you wake up, I find as now a private entrepreneur, to the fact that you have to do it again almost immediately, and it's very wearing, but also, at times satisfying. But I don't do success. I'm always too wary of what might be next and around the corner, and I don't want people to be let down. I want, the people that work with us, I want them to keep their heads down and stay focused, and so that's what we do. And, as far as failure, I don't know. I'm not aware of any of those either. I mean, you always look at things you might do differently, but I don't. One of my rules, self-taught, I guess, is not to look over your shoulder. And it's not productive. I mean, learn from your mistakes, but then, get over it and go. I mean, I could go through a list of mistakes, but what's the use? Plus, most people aren't aware of them. So why bring it up?
Thinking about you as an individual and your authentic self in your business, how do you mesh your authenticity in your personal life and your business life?
Personally, I never talk about myself, but maybe that's part of the answer. I don't think people care about your ego, your wearing what you do. I think that you have to be in your face honest at every turn. And I think that's one of the secrets of things going rather well for us, is that in the years I've been in this industry and was with Affinity Group, I don't know that I ever messed over anyone intentionally. We all make mistakes, and certainly I've made my share, but I think that any mistakes were inadvertent. The fact is, I walk around the industry today and last week at the National RV Trade Show in Louisville, where we had a great party and so forth. And, again, I don't look over my back, over my shoulder. I think that being straight in business is enormous. You can have your skill sets, you can have your talent and your equipment, but if you don't have your, what's the word, Yvonne? Dignity, integrity, and I think that's what I'm shopping for, then it's all a waste. It doesn't matter how much you invest. And so I try to live on that integrity card. And, I think it pays off. You never have to second guess anything. Again, you screw something up, so what? You didn't mean to, and you apologize, and you eat a hamburger and go on.
Anything else that you'd like to share?
I appreciate the opportunity to, chat with you, and the opportunity to go another round in 2013 and kick it. And we've got some new projects in the works, none of which I'm authorized to talk about. And I'm excited, to the extent I ever get excited, about all of them. And so, here's to 2013.